Hey everyone, it's Fofo Tsukiyomi, and today's video is happening because of David Galliano 9931. So thank you today for giving us how Bachira will save Nagi and his new weapon, because I'll play two birds with one stone. Anyway, let's get on to the video. So first, we need to talk about why Bachira needs to be the one to save him. For starters, in the Team V versus Team Z game, if it wasn't for Bachira scoring that one goal to give Team Z hope, Nagi wouldn't have felt frustrated and wouldn't have had to create his own chances to score, as he did score the fourth goal because he was actually feeling the hype of the game. And this hype was generated from Bachira, as he was the one who took on all of Team V to score that Rabona goal. So Bachira was the first person to really make Nagi aggravated, other than Barrow, because Barrow did also make him try in Bluelock episode Nagi. So Bachira and not Barrow were the only two people that actually make Nagi care about soccer in the first selection. I mean, Rayo obviously was the one who gave him hope, but you know what I mean. Bachira did go through a phase in the second selection where he was discovering himself, because he only played football to have fun with other people. He played football because it was fun. He wanted to play soccer so someone could score his goals. And he found that in Isagi, because Isagi was someone who could understand his monster. And whenever the monster would point out Isagi's going to score, Isagi would actually score compared to the other times where Bachira's monster wouldn't activate because people weren't in positions to score his goal. And then it even grew more exciting for him as Ren did come. And he eventually made soccer exciting for Bachira again. So those were the two people he was looking up to, Isagi and Ren. And he was basically listening to the voices in his head. He was not listening to his own voice. Now, this is made clear in the 4v4 game between Bachira, Tokimitsu, Ayu, and Ren versus Chigiri, Barrow, Nagi, and Isagi. And during this game, shit was sweet for Bachira. He was talking all that good crap. He was enjoying the game. When Ren scored the first goal, or when Chigiri scored, Bachira said that he was starting to rejoice with himself. And he was just, this man was just glazing Isagi and Ren every chance he could get. Meanwhile, he was still himself. Okay, Bachira and Nagi, just because they both had their downfalls, did not mean that they regressed, as Bachira was still playing like he normally did, with his insane creativity and wild plays. The reason why it has to be Bachira to save him is because they both played soccer because of Isagi. Soccer became fun for them because of Isagi. For Nagi, it was because he wanted to actually beat Isagi. For Bachira, it was because he wanted to play soccer with him, alongside him, and did not want to become discarded. He wanted to be in a world with them. And the reason why Nagi's downfall is hitting harder than Bachira's is because Bachira was not trying to beat Isagi, and he did not complete that goal of beating Isagi, which his goal was to play with Isagi. And in order to complete and actually save Bachira, which I'll get into that later, it had a very easier step compared to Nagi, as Nagi did not even like soccer in the first place compared to Bachira, who actually liked soccer, which means Bachira would get an easier chance to revive himself compared to Nagi. Now let's get back into the game. In this game, when it was 2-2 thanks to Nagi getting fired up to score a goal, Bachira got in position to score a goal, and here is when you could tell Bachira was not himself. Even though he did get a crazy assist for Ayu to score his second goal, he was being used as a puppet. Whatever Rin told him to do, he would do. Whatever his monster told him to do, he would do. Whenever someone was open and the monster told him to pass, he would pass. But this all changed when Ren and Isagi both ran past him. He was enjoying everything until he realized that they're in a world beyond him. Even though he's playing with the people he wants, they have completely discarded him. It's a game between who can control the field, between Isagi and Ren. And Bachira was being left behind. And Bachira was starting to question himself. And then Chigiri tackles him and steals the ball. And then Nagi says, this isn't like you. And if you continue to play this crappy way, we're gonna choose win. And I bet Isagi feels the same damn way. And this was totally true, as this made Bachira go on a freaking rampage as he started nutmegging Nagi, Isagi, Baro, Chigi. He just was nutmegging the heck out of everyone, taking the 3-on-1 like a boss. And basically, he had one of the quickest downfalls X uprisers. His downfall was fast and it came back really hard, because what he had to do to actually make a comeback from that downfall he was going through was to disengage with his monster, because his monster was always telling him what to do. He was always doing what the voices told him to do. He never even listened to his own voice. So in order to listen to his own voice, he had to destroy the monster within him. So wherever the monster appeared, like when Ari was ready for the pass, he would disengage it. If Tokimutsu was there, he would disengage it. Even when Rin was open, he would disengage it. This man was a full-on beast trying to score so that he could be with Isagi again. And now we have to get into the fact that this did save him, as even in FC Barcha, even when he reignited the monster like he showed Lavino, it's him who's in control. He listens to the voice of his monster and adds it to his originality, which is Ginga X Monster, which is not the same monster it was in the past where Bachira would listen to the monster to score. He would just control the monster to advance his own stats. As Aerial Assassin says, he is not a man who learns new techniques, but instead involves his dribbling techniques. Anyway, let's get back into Nagi. So now you guys know how Nagi saved Bachira. Now let's see if Bachira can save Nagi. Now I made a video already about Nagi's downfall, which is the main reason why I even considered doing this video, because of how well that video did. 1.1k. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for that. Anyway, with Nagi facing FC Barcha, he will definitely face Bachira. But the first step to fixing Nagi is to have him be on the bench, because Chris Prince, even he needs to understand that Nagi is totally useless for the team. Even though he's still a good player, he is just not going to help this team if he plays. Like, the creativity will go straight down the well. Now, Bachira, how does he come into helping him? Bachira needs to give him a talk before the game, or like during a sub out, or like a pause moment in the game where they're not actually playing. And then talk to him about the way you are now. Not even Rail would want you, something like that. It wouldn't be like that, but it would probably be about like how this isn't the Nagi I knew. Like, this is survival, bro. You might not make it to the top 20. He would give him some encouraging words, similar to how Nagi talked about how this isn't you and how Isagi wouldn't want you anymore. Bachira might talk about either Rail or the World Cup, and that would reignite Nagi, because Nagi's dream is to win the World Cup with Rail. But he would also need to show how fun soccer can be, because when he went to Rail, he said soccer isn't fun anymore, and soccer was fun because he was trying to beat Isagi. Bachira needs to show him how soccer can be fun, and with him watching on the bench, he needs to find a trigger on when he can have fun. And with Bachira being creative with his own dribbling techniques, he can just go on a rampage and he will probably score like a goal or two, and then Nagi will have to find his own voice, similar to how Bachira found his own voice to come on the damn pitch and be Nagi Seishiro once again. So Bachira would definitely save him by showing him how soccer is fun, mentally and physically, with his words and with his actions. That's how I believe Bachira would do it. Now let's talk about the weapon Nagi could learn. Bachira just evolved his weapon, so I feel like Nagi can take a page out of Bachira X Shido, because those are two of the most unpredictable players in Bluelock, and his trapping abilities is one of the hardest to digest. So I feel like him just advancing his trapping abilities and using the zero reset tactic he learned from Agi, I feel like he could be a real monster. He doesn't really need to improve much. As long as he just improves his weapon with the zero reset start and just use his weapon to go crazy over the pitch, he should be fine, man. Like, he will be fine. He's not in that bad of a trouble as everyone is saying. Like, mentally he is, but in terms of how good he is as a player, if he can just mentally pick himself up and find a reason to play soccer again, his own voice, similar to how Bachira did, he will be fine. So let me know what you guys think about this theory. Will Bachira be the one to save Nagi? Will Nagi's new weapon just be like improved trap abilities after the 0 reset turn? Or will it be a totally new weapon? Will he learn like a double trap technique or something like that? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think Nagi will get benched, or will he actually start the game? Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good day. Peace out.